Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about feeling like you are, wearing thin on patience. It's like you're waiting for a package that you ordered a million years ago, and you finally get it, and it's like the wrong size, right? What did I order? Oh, I remember a couple years ago, I wanted to get like little gravestones to put out in the front yard for Halloween. And my really smart ass was maybe not really cautious with the size of the gravestones. So I was expecting like real, like life size, if you will, that size, gravestones for the front yard. And when they arrived, they were like this big. And I was like, okay, so this is interior decorating, not for the outside, because no one will see those. And I feel like that's kind of like this, right? And then of course that was seasonal, so it's not like I could just like turn around and order new ones in time. The moment had passed, right? So we have somebody that feels like I've waited, I've been patient, I've tried to be, an adult. But now I see that, what I ordered is not what I got. Now, of course, this might not be about something tangible. This could be waiting for someone or waiting for communication, but the meh or like that wasn't worth the wait is the general sentiment. Hello there, Jess. Hello, yoga. Hello, Shanice, and hello, Jane Doe. How we doing? Let's call the spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's really cold today. But we'll make it work. It's okay. I feel like such a wuss because this is not really that cold by Minnesota standards, but I just can't hang anymore, you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And I'm doing a $25 offer for Christmas readings. And hello, Drew. Hello, Wendy. How we doing today? All right, so we have protection for someone against something that would prevent their change or their transformation. I love this card. It's the butterfly. It talks about metamorphosis. So you may have been seen as a little bit of a caterpillar in your community, but you're in the process of turning into a butterfly. And there could be someone who's not transforming with you. Because I don't think you're that's what I waited for, because you're going through some sort of transformation. Feels more like this is one of those, okay, now that I know what's going on, now I don't feel like I need to wait around for this anymore. Nine of Swords. That Queen of Pentacles in the reverse again. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands in the reverse. King of Pentacles. Empress. I'm kind of tempted to take that Chariot too. All right, so it looks to me like there is a situation that you're nervous about or you feel you have no control over. You look at it as an opportunity, some sort of new chapter or an escape from something that isn't working out. For a lot of you, this could be work related because Queen of Pentacles in the reverse coming out twice. It's the Queen of Mallets in the Masonic Tarot. This is like, you're not paying me enough or you don't see what value I bring to the table. So if you're not going to acknowledge what I have to offer, then I will go somewhere where I am appreciated. Two of Wands in the reverse, King of Pentacles. Saying that's not the direction I want to go anymore. You won't treat me like I'm a Queen of Pentacles. I'll go somewhere where they'll treat me like I'm a King of Pentacles. So a lot of you could be seeing a significant bump in pay because you're willing to look externally as opposed to waiting on a leadership team to promote you from within. For others of you, this could be about no longer waiting on a romantic interest. If they're not going to show you loyalty, or if they're not going to show you that they're willing to invest in a relationship with you, then you're willing to go elsewhere where you could find that stability. Because the King of Pentacles and really the Queen of Pentacles, we're talking about stability, right? And then we have the Empress and the Chariot. So this is, I could just kind of like up and leave. I could go somewhere else. If this isn't going to work, or if this isn't going to be a situation where someone acknowledges my worth, my value, then I will go where I am appreciated. For others of you, this is somebody who is leaving behind. I guess it kind of fits what I first said about the romance. I'm not willing to fight for someone's attention. I will go elsewhere because I know I'll find somebody who's willing to give the way that I am, right? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So worth noting that we have the Nine of Swords being clarified by the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. The number 9 could be very important, could be a birth month or a birth year. Could also be referring to the 9th of this month. There could be something important happening on that date. But this is somebody who is struggling over whether or not they can be independent, or if they have the ability to make their own decisions wherever they are. With the Five of Swords in the reverse, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like, I'm not going to let anybody hold me back. I'm not going to be stuck somewhere. So if this isn't working for me, then it isn't working for me. Five of Pentacles in the reverse could be somebody either acknowledging you're not putting forth that emotional intimacy or that connection that I'm looking for, but it's also indicative of, I know I'm worth more, or I can get more money. I could get a pay raise, you know, if I go elsewhere. Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? Yup. Hello, William. How are you? Hello, Paul. Hello, Nathaniel. Taurus in the house, huh? Seven of Wands in the reverse, Page of Swords, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. There's information that comes through. This could be like putting in 2 weeks notice, right? And it makes someone feel a little bit uncomfortable, but they know that it's necessary in order to move forward. For some of you, this could be like one last attempt, right? Okay, so if you really want to be in this relationship with me, are you willing to go to therapy? Or if you're, willing to be in this relationship or want to be, are you willing to have a conversation and we can make some decisions about what compromises we can make? This is like put up or shut up. Are you willing to pay me what I'm worth? Are you willing to be the partner I deserve? That kind of vibe. If not, toodles. This is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have? Goddess of the Moon. I love that card. And first chakra, Archangel Michael. Remember, we already had the protection from the evil eye come out. This is good to see. First chakra being crown chakra. And Archangel Michael is protective of somebody that is following their heart, following their intuition, because of course, Goddess of the Moon is very closely tied to the High Priestess. This is somebody who may have had dreams about where they're supposed to go, or dreams that it's time to move on. This is, I'm going to guess kind of go where the world takes me, or whatever is meant to be will be for me, very much so. An acceptant kind of energy, right? Wow. Okay. We had this one come out yesterday, the sun. So the protection card from the signs of the times is number 1, and the sun card is also number 1. So this is like you're a priority for somebody, a desire to make sure things are balanced. For many of you, this is you stepping into Empress energy, saying, I've got things that I need to do. Maybe you have a family, maybe you have, I don't know, somebody that depends upon you. Could be an adorable little dog, whatever it is. But we've got somebody here that is saying, I'm going to do what's right for me. Or somebody who's saying, I'm going to do what's right to protect what I love. But this yin and yang is a reference to balance, right? And what I love is it is situated. So these are how the cards are on my table, right? The yin and yang card is situated in between the sun and the moon. So I know how to leverage the masculine energy, and I know how to leverage the feminine energy within me. And if I'm going to be the King of Pentacles, I can do that. But if it's not going to pay off, if it doesn't work for me to stay here, if I don't get back what I put in or something like that, right? Then I will go off on my own because I'm the Empress and I can do that. So this is, you know, however the cards fall. Let's see how it goes. Almost like a little bit whimsical. Like, I'm okay with either. You know, if it works out here and you want to pay me my worth, then I will stay and I will enjoy it. But if you don't want to show me that you appreciate me as a part of your team, or if you don't want to show me that you want to work on this relationship, then I will go on an adventure and I'll find something else. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing, hon? What else do we have? This is the Pulp Tarot, if I didn't mention that. Page of Pentacles. The Empress again. I love it. Ooh, but we got the High Priestess in the reverse. This is why. Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody views this Empress as too nice or too accommodating. Now, maybe they wouldn't qualify it that way. They might say, oh, they're so nice, they won't say no. Or, oh, they're not going to advocate for themselves, so I don't have to give them a raise this year. I could just keep that for myself. I view this Page of Pentacles as like a marginal or nominal fee. I'm not going to pay you everything that I could. I'll pay you some of it because I think you're going to be giving, because I think you'll let me do that. Or because I feel like I don't have to give as much to the relationship as you're willing to give because I know you're still going to want me. And this Empress is like, what? What'd you say? Like, I'm still getting dressed, but like, I could hear you. I know what you're doing. And then the Emperor. Okay. 10 of Wands in the reverse. Judgment. That's it. So it kind of looks like we have this Empress addressing the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Either this is the concept of not being valued, or it is literally somebody who's not been loyal, right? You told me that you were going to give me a raise if I closed this deal, or you told me I was going to get a raise if I managed the transition for this project, and I haven't seen that raise, right? This is somebody saying, if you're not going to stand up and be the Emperor to my Empress, whether that is in a professional sense or in a romantic sense, then I will step into that Emperor energy and I will go make my own way. I will make the decision as to whether or not this is going to go anywhere, because you have to value me if you want me, you know, working here or to look at. High Priestess in the reverse. This is somebody who underestimates the Empress. I don't think you'll leave. I had one boss tell me they would never give me a raise. The only way I could get more money is by selling more. And I was like, good to know. How do you think that's going to work out for you? And I think basically they thought because they served beer in the break room, everything would be fine and nobody would leave. But I dipped. Hello, Half and Half. How are you doing? Hello, James. Yeah. We've got 7 of Swords in the reverse, 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So because we have an individual that is basically testing this Empress energy, trying to see if they really do mean it, are you willing to actually move forward? They are kind of looking for the FAFO, right? Like they're going to realize that this person is honest or is not just making an empty threat, right? The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, this is a potential loss. And it ends up being, I underestimated somebody, and as a result, it has this negative impact on me because somebody knew exactly what to expect from me. So we have this Emperor, Empress energy saying, 9 of Pentacles, I know my worth. You haven't been paying me my worth. Or I know what I deserve in terms of treatment in the context of a relationship. I gave you options. 7 of Cups. I approached things respectfully. I told you the reality of my situation. I told you what I needed. But if you're not going to be supportive, if you're not going to work with me, if you're not going to do right by me, then noted. I can't expect anything more than what you actually offer, right? So this is maybe a little bit more cutthroat than the opponent really expects from this energy. Like I didn't know you could negotiate like that. Oh, okay. This is the Golden Lenormand. That's true, Paul. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? We've got number 12, the Owls, and number 15, the Bear. Well, I like the Bear. I don't know about the Owls. In this context, it's good. We've got somebody that is talking about the strength. That's like, I'm impressed. I didn't realize that you were that strong. I didn't realize that you were that willing to walk away from something if it wasn't right for you. And I'll tell you right now, that is absolutely a pretty solid indicator of somebody's strength. Are you willing to sacrifice something? Are you willing to walk away from something? If it's not quite what you're looking for, or if it isn't really. Now, I'm not telling you to be a picky, okay? Like, don't be a jerk about it. It's not like weird science. You can just type in what it is that you want in a partner. And if you don't meet 100% of that criteria, it ain't it, right? Like, you got to learn the magic of compromise. You got to learn the magic of what do I love and what can I tolerate? Because nobody's perfect, right? If you're going to consistently throw your dirty socks on the floor, I'm going to hate it, but it's not a deal breaker, right? In a work context, this is like, are you putting me on the appropriate projects? Are you promoting me as necessary? Are you following through on the promises that you've made? Because if you haven't, I feel like it's because you think I won't leave, because you think I'll just go along with whatever it is, because you have all the power, right? Now, put an asterisk on this, okay? But in general, your boss needs you more than you need them. In general, you got to always be thinking about how marketable you are. What skills can I add? What experiences can I add? How can I make sure that I market myself appropriately within a resume, right? How can I make sure that when I show up to an interview, I'm asking questions that demonstrate I'm smart and I'll be an asset to your team because I'm already researching you to see if this is where I want to be. Because if you just assume I want every job out there, you're wrong. I want the right job, right? So this is somebody being more discerning. Hello, Justin. How are you doing? Hello, Sashay. How are you? All right, let's get a few from, this is the Gold Foil Tarot. This could also, the owls and the bear, be indicative of in a, family talking about a relationship way, or even customers talking about an experience with a business way. Positive reinforcement. Oh, that person's really good for you, or that person did a great job. I'm a believer. I will no longer go anywhere else because of the representative that I worked with or the director that I worked with. There's somebody here who has been accepted or is part of the team and has been seen as a problem solver, or in terms of friends, family, or even this love interest, you've always been there for me, or people think that, I really caught a good one here, right? 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and that Ace of Pentacles is in the upright, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. If you ain't going to give it to me, I'll find it somewhere else. If you're not going to pay me what I'm worth, I will go where I will get paid what I'm worth. This is just a little bit of an obstacle. So you can either hop in, and we'll go on this journey together, and you'll treat me the way I deserve to be treated. Or you can think about how you could have done that and then you lose me, right? But I'm going to get that Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this is concerning for the owner of a business because they realize there could be some clients that leave to follow whoever this is if they've made that much of an impression. So it could become really necessary for them to figure out a way to work something out. You may see some desperation from this person. But we have 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and Strength in the reverse. This is, I thought I was going to be just fine if I held back and I didn't give what you were asking. If I didn't try to make things right, if I just waited it out, I figured you would, kind of shut up about it. But Strength in the reverse, I underestimated you. I didn't expect you to advocate so well for yourself or to hold to your standards. King of Wands in the reverse, 6 of Cups in the reverse. There could be some emotional manipulation or anger here. This could be somebody saying, how could you quit in the middle of such an important project? How could you leave me with all of this work? I don't have anyone that can do that. Well, you probably should have thought of that when you decided that you didn't really value me enough to give me a promotion now, shouldn't you? You never thought about what would happen if you lost me? You never thought about what would happen if I decided, if you're not willing to work on a relationship, then I'm not either. 6 of Cups in the reverse is like, I really didn't think you would do me like that because of how well we know each other. This is somebody angry. 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, feeling like it's an ultimatum. Like you pushed me into a corner to try to make a decision. Well, what do we start with? We started with the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Mallets in this particular deck, which indicated a long wait. I've been waiting. Maybe you were waiting for a promotion and this person was like, here's 30 cents more per hour. You like that? That'll get you 2 more eggs per month. What do you think? What do you think? That's why we have somebody that's saying, why did I wait so long for you to pretend that you had something interesting to tell me? You either are going to pay me my worth, or you're going to show me how much I mean to you, or I will go elsewhere. Again, this person feels like it's unfair, but they've had a lot of time. They're just whining because they didn't think they were going to have to actually make a decision. Well, you want or you don't. You want to work with this person or you don't. You want to be with this person or you don't. Hello, Demas. How are you doing? Happy pre-Friday. Yes, that could be. Hello, Azucena. How are you doing? Hey, Peggy. How are you? I had to take some advice that someone gave me yesterday, Peggy, and I went to bed real early last night. So I'm very well rested, which is nice. Half and half. Yep, that's exactly it. You have to be able to look a little bit farther in advance, right? If you're running a business and you have talented people that work for you, and you are coming out as the high priestess in the reverse, you are not managing that business as well as you think you are. You have to be able to anticipate things. Who am I going to need? Who do I need to make sure stays on the team? Who do I need to make sure understands that I value them? What do I need to do to make sure that my business is strong and viable for months, years, decades to come? This person was not thinking that way. They were thinking probably about, money, right? How can I make sure I make the most money? Well, sometimes you can pay yourself a lot more money and be happy about it, but then end up screwing yourself business-wise because you lose the people that make your business successful. So we have the Chariot and the King of Swords. You might think that you're top dog because you're the owner of the business, or you might think that you're in control because you are the one that hasn't communicated, or you are the one that hasn't gone to therapy, or you're the one that hasn't really, said you're willing to compromise. But at the end of the day, this King of Swords, this is the person who says, these are my rules. These are my requirements. If you don't meet those requirements, I don't know what to tell you. We've talked about this. This is something that they've been waiting for, right? So if you're not going to follow through on those promises, then why should I? Why should I stay, right? Actually, this is the Gilded Reverie. So we have the Ship, number 3, aligning with that Chariot that we've seen multiple times, which indicates somebody is willing to walk away. I have other connections, or I can build other connections. If this is a job reading, this is like, look, my LinkedIn is stacked, okay? I got people who want to hire me. If you're not going to treat me the way that you should, I will go to one of them. Or look, if you're not interested in being with me, or if you're not interested in doing right by me, I got other people that are interested. Now, don't be a jerk about it, okay? We don't want to use that to create jealousy. That's just immature. But this is basically saying, I will move on. I will entertain other ideas if this is something that you are not going to work for or not going to invest in. So we have number 30, the Lily. This talks about peace. Somebody who wants to make things good again. So you have good news. Some of you are going to get a really good offer from the original place that you are working. And I want you to think really carefully before you do that. I want you to make sure you feel good about that. Now you have to consider, do I have other options? All of that other stuff. Some people might decide, I'm going to take that promotion and I'm still going to look for another job. But we have good news coming in because you said, these are my requirements. Are you willing to live by those or not? As far as a relationship situation, this is what I need for us to be on the same page. This is what I need for us to be okay. This is what I need for me to not move on. And somebody thinks about it and they're like, you know what? That's fair. I shouldn't have dragged my feet. So we have number 20, Garden. This talks about community. And we have number 24, the Heart. Some of you may end up getting married. Some of you have a lot of support from your coworkers or even your customers. This is basically saying there are people who Okay, now that lyric is coming back to me. There are people who endorse you, right? I think it was Canal Street actually with ASAP Rocky, and I think it's My Ego Has Endorsements, something like that. So this is saying there are people who see your value externally, and this influences the person who has to make a decision about you. They know, they know it would be difficult to replace you, if not impossible. So it may get a little interesting. You may have some negotiations that you need to make. And I want to remind you to be gracious and not jerk, but you know, you got to advocate for yourself, right? Yes, exactly. All right, let's get a few from the Kipper. Mature woman, not at all surprised. That aligns with the Empress and to some extent the Emperor as well, right? This is, I know my business. I know what I'm doing. I know my worth. So, do you want to join me on this, or do you want to try to find somebody that's like, 60% is cool, 60% is smart, whatever it is, right? So we have this change card. This is somebody who perhaps has an offer to move elsewhere, perhaps has a job offer for somewhere else already in hand, or there's somebody else that is looking mighty interested. I feel like this is at a distance. So we have marriage in the reverse, community in the reverse. I'm not going to sign any contracts because 7 of Cups, I have some options. So I want to know, are you going to go my way? Or do I need to go away? This is a smart person, whoever you are. Remember, don't get too caught up on those genders, right? This person's come out as the Emperor and the Empress. Official person, number 22. And the House. This is someone saying, I want you to stay, or I want to, for some of you, this is, I want to live with you. But this is like, I want to build this stability. So use your discernment. Make sure this is somebody who is being, appropriate in terms of not making any false promises. But this is, I see your value. I understand. You had a right to freak out. Won't you stay? You got to make up your mind as to whether or not that's a good thing. We've got privileged lady in the reverse. Why the privileged lady? Message of concern. Okay, so there's an outside party that is wondering why this Empress is accepting this. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse was at the beginning. Why are you working so hard for something that you don't get paid for adequately, or why is it not commensurate? Why do you stay with somebody who makes you do all the work? That kind of thing. Hello, Aqua Beauty. How we doing? Hello, Air Energy. All right, this is the situations deck. What else do we have, please? Ooh. Lost and then Wish in the reverse. So there is a concern that this Empress would be willing to block or ghost or just completely end things, right? If this isn't what I want, then I'm not going to waste my time. That kind of thing. Hello there, Galactic Rock. How are you doing? Look, if you told me that you had my favorite pie ever, strawberry rhubarb, and then I went over there and it was only French silk pie, I would be like highly disappointed, okay? This is like somebody was waiting for their favorite, their, recognition, whatever, and it's not really. So we have soulmate and access granted. This is basically saying if it is what I want, if it is something that shows the value or shows that somebody appreciates me, then yes, I will sign your contract, or I will be with you, or I will stay with you, whatever this is. But I'm not taking applications for side missions. I'm not interested in a month-long fling. I'm not interested in staying and working for a company that wants to take advantage of what I have to offer and not pay me the way that I deserve to be paid. This is, I will only give access to those that earn it. Would you like to earn it? They have to make that decision, right? Otherwise, that access gets denied. So we have a pause, somebody who needs to take a moment and think about it, because this could be somebody who is not necessarily well-versed in planning for a year or 5 years or 10 years in the future. This person now has to sit down and actually think about what they want. How can they make that business work if they lose their most talented worker? How can they, feel good about losing someone really important to them just because they weren't willing to put in that time or energy? So we have that Eight of Swords energy. Now I feel like I don't have time to make this choice. Now I feel there's an ultimatum on the table. Is it going to go, where I basically have to show how much I value this person, or am I going to be willing to lose them? You might have a little bit of a wait, even though you've already been waiting, but this person has to really think. And I believe they're going to acknowledge, I don't want to lose you. I might have been kind of playing around there, but if I'm honest with myself, that would actually be pretty bad. Hello there, divinely protected. How we doing? What's up, Tiana? I hope your day is going well. Let's get a few from the Gypsy Oracle. Thoughts. Yep, this person is deep in thought, trying to figure out, what am I going to do? Am I going to give this person what they've asked for? Or am I going to accept the consequences and probably lose them? They're upset and they feel like nobody else is taking it seriously. So there could be even like more of an emotional frustration here than you would have guessed by this person, the boss or the love interest. I feel like for some of you, this person knows if they go back to, the pool of applicants, they're never going to find anyone like you. If they go back to the dating pool, they're never going to find anyone like you. So this is kind of like, I can't let this end. I can't lose this person. They're too valuable. There's something about other people in the community being dishonest or not trustworthy. This is either because they compare others to you in terms of, why would I want anything to do with them when you're clearly the one with integrity. You're the one that I know I can actually trust. Maybe you're the only one they trust. Yeah, Friend in the reverse. All right, you got me in a tight spot here because when it comes down to it, I don't really trust anybody else. I can't think of anybody else being that important to me or that like right-hand man kind of vibe. So maybe I do need to do what you're saying. And then they might get some sort of confirmation from competition or, well, I mean, competition would apply to both situations, right? Because we have enemy and letter, message of concern. This is like saying there's somebody else who's interested, somebody else who would scoop that person up in a moment, whether it's love or business, you know, like, that reputation has preceded them. And we know that's a diamond in the rough. So there's concern. There's like some, what is it, Jordan Peele sweating bullets energy here. You know, do I need to do something or do I need to just accept that it's not going to work out? So sending you healing and courage. You can get what you want. Don't you stop. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.